Are you learning how to mix, but you feel like you're plateauing? Like you're just not getting better fast enough? Well, this might be the video for you. We're going to be talking about one of the crucial mistakes that you might be making. Stick around to find out. Hello everybody, Dylan Pines here with Musician on a Mission, and today I've got another tip for you. We're going to be talking about one of the crucial mistakes that I have had dozens and dozens and dozens of students make over my time as a teacher. It's something that might be impeding your progress as you learn how to mix, something that might be holding you back. But before we talk about it, I want to let you know we are giving away our entire treasure trove of mixing cheat sheets. All of the guides that we have been designing over the past 2 or 3 years, we are giving them away to you for free. We've got stuff on EQ and compression, mixing vocals and reverb and everything in between. So if you'd like to supercharge your mixes, then just go ahead and click the link on screen or down in the description below, and you'll get your own free copy. So what is this mistake that might be holding you back in getting good as a mixer? Well, it's something that, if I'm gonna guess, you're not really gonna wanna hear, but it's something that I need you to know. One of the biggest mistakes as you're learning to mix is only mixing your own songs. Now, this is where pretty much everyone starts, but it is one of the worst ways to learn how to get good. I mean, it's like if you were trying to learn how to become a book editor, and the only way that you taught yourself was by editing your own books. It is impossible to divorce yourself from your own creation. You're always going to hear it in a certain way, see it in a certain way. You can't ever give yourself a pair of fresh ears. And to get good at mixing, that's exactly what you need. You need to be a pair of fresh ears. You have spent hours and hours poring over this song that you're trying to mix. And while I commend you for that, I do the same as well. The issue is that you have heard that song so many times that there is just no way for you to ever hear it clean, for you to ever hear it fresh, for you to ever hear it without some idea of what it should sound like. And being a good mixer usually means making decisions that make the song better, even though they might make a particular instrument sound worse. That's a big part of mixing, making something sound worse because it makes everything else sound better. But if you are attached to every single part in the mix, like I'm sure you are if you wrote it, then everything is your baby. I don't want to cut the mids out of my electric guitar part. I worked for 3 hours to get that tone to be exactly what I wanted it to be. Why would I wreck that? That's the problem we're talking about. You've got too much emotional investment in the thing that you're mixing. And you've got to be able to make hard decisions. Now, of course, I'm not suggesting that you never mix any of your songs, because odds are that's why you're trying to learn how to mix in the first place. I mean, that's why I try to learn how to mix. Or what I'm saying is this: for every one song that you mix that's your own, you should be mixing 2 songs that are somebody else's. That's going to give you enough practice with something that you're not emotionally invested in, that you'll be able to take these hard-won techniques to your stuff, the stuff that really matters to you, and you'll be able to get a significantly better product. And honestly, you'll get it a lot faster too. Now, of course, the big question is, well, how do I get other people's tracks to work on? I'm the only songwriter in my town. I'm the only person who knows how to do this around me. I can't just go out and start asking for stuff. Fair, but there are great resources online for this. In fact, I want to give you my favorite resource for this, and it's Cambridge Music Technology's free multi-track library. I'm going to include a link to it down in the description and on screen right now, but basically what it is it is hundreds, literally hundreds of songs that have no mixing on them, provided to you for free, for educational use. This is how I learned to mix. This is how our whole team at Musician on a Mission learned to mix. This is how I tell my students where to go when they are trying to learn to mix. part of the reason that this website is so great is because most of the songs on there are pretty solid, but a lot of the tracks are not. They're not studio quality recordings. They're things that you're going to have to struggle with. You're going to have to wrestle with. They have a lot of problems, which means that you have a lot of opportunities to solve those problems. And the more problems you solve, the better you get at mixing. And the more of these tracks that you mix, the faster you get good at mixing. So that is my advice. Mix 2 songs that are somebody else's to every 1 song that's yours. And you are going to become an unbelievably good mixer by doing that. So before we go, don't forget, we are giving away our entire treasure trove of cheat sheets. If this is something that is interesting to you, if you want to take this as you go off and start to mix other people's tracks, then just go ahead and click the link on screen or down in the description below, and you're going to be able to get your own free access. I really think it's going to be able to help you out. And don't forget, if you're new here, please subscribe and like this video. We make tips and tricks and tutorials just like this one every single week on this channel. We'd really love to help you grow. So that about wraps it up for me. This has been Dylan Pines with Musician on a Mission, and remember, create regardless.